Hey folks, this is Kalani. Patch 915 is finally here and it brings with it quite a lot of changes, but with how long players have had to wait for this patch and how slow the content cycle has been in Shadowlands in general, I know a lot of players have taken a break from Warcraft or have significantly cut back their playtime. But with a new patch comes new opportunities, right? So let's take a closer look at patch 915 to answer one very simple question. Is patch 915 worth coming back for? One of the best changes in this patch is the ability to swap covenants with no time restriction, so you can go back and forth all day long without having to worry about a 2-week long quest to rejoin a covenant. You can literally just swap back and forth as quickly as you want or need to. There is one prior requirement for this feature though: you need to get to renown level 80 first. If you try to swap covenants before getting at least one of them to 80, you'll be stuck in the same time-gated nonsense as before, so if you aren't renown 80 yet, you have a bit more grinding to do. Being able to swap covenants means a few things. You can use whatever ability you think is best or more fun for your current activity, whether that's raiding, dungeons, PvP, solo content, whatever it is. You can pick the best covenant for the job. You can also work towards collecting all of the various covenant-themed transmog sets, toys, pets and mounts. All of those cosmetics will be available to you on one character, and you can use them regardless of active covenant. You can also work towards upgrading all 4 sanctums, if that's something you really want to do, or just complete each covenant in general. Opening up the covenant system to let you freely swap and collect everything does open up a lot of extra content, but it's also a lot of grinding, a lot of anima, and it's actually not really anything new. You could have done all of that before 915, the patch just makes it easier and less annoying. The other huge change in 915 is the removal of the AOE Cap. This doesn't really change much in the game overall, but it could have a large impact on your enjoyment of the game. Whether you're running dungeons and want to do big pulls, running old content and want to kill things in larger groups, or anywhere else you might want to hit more than 5 monsters at a time, the removal of the AOE Cap should make all of that content feel much better. A few other features and systems have been made faster or easier too. There are several changes to the archivists rep farm, including more relics dropping, new quests to get more rep and new bonuses for relic drops. You can kill rares more than once per day for relic fragments, and you can find even more relics from treasures and monsters. Basically, more relic fragments all around, which means faster rep gains. You can also now finally skip over the more introduction questline as long as you've completed it once already. So for all of your alts stuck at level 50, you can skip over the dreaded more intro and get straight into the real leveling. There are also new options for Threads of Fate leveling, including leveling through Torghast, and new daily quests for a variety of leveling content. Heirlooms can now be upgraded to work from level 50 to 59, so you can break out the heirlooms for your alts once more. Those upgrades will cost you quite a lot of gold, and remember the bonus experience was removed from heirlooms a while ago, so whether they're still worth it or not will be up to you, but heirlooms are once again an option. If you want to purchase those heirloom upgrades, you can find the vendor right next to the Flight Master in Oribos. You'll also now be able to farm the Soul Ash and Soul Cinders currency without any limits in this patch, so if you're behind in legendary crafting, this could be a good time to catch up. Shards of Domination have also had their drop rate increased, so if you still don't have them all at this point, you should be able to finish your setup quite quickly in 915. Something else that has been significantly improved is collection farming in old content, especially Legion and Battle for Azeroth content. On the Legion front, quite a few of the notoriously difficult raids to solo have been nerfed. The nerfed raids include Antorus the Burning Throne, the Tomb of Sargeras, the Nighthold and the Trial of Valor. If there's something you really want from any of these raids but you were struggling to clear them before, hopefully these nerfs will do the trick. On the Battle for Azeroth front, you can now solo queue into Island Expeditions, so you can clear those by yourself. You can queue into Warfronts with a group of 5, down from the previous requirement of 15, so you can also smash through Warfronts with a smaller group. And for Battle for Azeroth content in general, it's now going to use the Legacy Loot mode, which should allow you to farm transmog much faster from any old group content. As an interesting little addition, various objectives relating to the old Mechagon Meta achievement have also been made considerably easier, so if you're interested in any of this old content, you might be able to find a few things to keep you busy. So there is definitely some stuff in here, you can keep yourself busy, but I think the main drawback of patch 915 is the lack of anything new. We don't have any new story quests, we aren't any closer to finding out where the jailer went or what we might do to try and follow. There's no hints talking about Sylvanas' fate, no new daily quests to progress through for Korthia or the Maw. There's nothing new for Covenants besides the ability to swap back and forth, so we have no new Sanctum progression, soulbinds, conduits, legendary effects, dungeons, raids, world bosses, mini bosses, bosses, there's literally nothing new coming in this patch. It's all quality of life updates, right? And that's fine, it is a 0.5 patch after all. This isn't patch 9.2, this is typically what we get in these smaller patches, but with Shadowlands launching in November 2020 and patch 9.1 releasing in June 2021, and now patch 9.2 is shaping up to be around, March maybe 2022, that is a very long time in between actually getting anything new to play. Now you may be thinking, well, hold on a second there, Kalani, what about the Legion time walking stuff? That's new content, right? I guess you'd be sort of correct. I wouldn't really call it new content. The Mage Tower scenarios are the same as they were back in Legion, and the dungeons are going to be more or less the same as well. With that being said, I do think being able to test your metal in the Mage Tower scenarios and having some extra options when it comes to Mythic Plus dungeons will be refreshing and interesting, and it's different from what we've been able to do so far in Shadowlands. So while I don't want to call it new content, it definitely is more content at the very least. The major problem with Legion time walking though is that it doesn't arrive with patch 9.15. You're going to have to wait until December 7th to jump into that content, because that's the first time the Legion time walking event becomes available. So if that's all you're interested in for patch 9.15, I would actually wait until December to hop back into the game anyway. So what about that question at the start of the video? Is patch 9.15 worth coming back for or worth playing? I think it's a pretty even split here. If you're currently enjoying the game and its current state and what you've got to do, then patch 9.15 will introduce some good quality of life changes to help make the game more enjoyable. If you aren't enjoying the game right now, or even playing the game right now, patch 9.15 doesn't really introduce enough to change that, in my opinion. All of the cool little changes and even Legion time walking will be there when patch 9.2 eventually rolls around, whenever that's going to be, and we should get a boatload of new content at that time as well. So if you're on the fence here, I really don't think patch 9.15 is worth coming back for. This might be one of the first patches that I've made these videos for and had that conclusion. Now, by all means, if you're enjoying the game, I hope you have a blast in patch 9.15, but I'll keep my eyes set on the horizon and look forward to actual new content in patch 9.2. I am very excited to see where we go from here, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long to find out. But that's our thoughts on patch 9.15. Are you excited for anything in this patch in particular? Are you going to return to the game or continue to play in patch 9.1? If yes, what's keeping you interested and invested? If no, are you enjoying any other games at the moment? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to everyone who's subscribed on Twitch. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I'll see you next time.